Have you ever gotten so enthralled in something that all of your productivity goes out the window? Yeah, that recently happened to me. I am actually addicted to Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2 was one of the first, big games I ever played. Before that, it was some Game Boy games and a couple games at a friend's house. One of the games that I would play at my friend's houses was Kingdom Hearts 1. I knew 2 people that owned that game, so yeah. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 were a big part of my life, even though beating 2 took most of my childhood. Well, I guess not childhood, more like ages 8 to 9, but that's childhood, why not? And I never got to play all the way through Kingdom Hearts 1. The gameplay you're seeing here is running on an emulator, on a PS2 emulator running the ISO for Kingdom Hearts 1, and I have it upscaled to 1080p, otherwise this would be in 4:3 at below 480p. It would look worse than my live streams. This all started when I got into the mood for a old romp through my PS2 collection. So basically I went into my PS2 collection and I played some Lego Star Wars, some Spider-Man 2 on a PlayStation 2 emulator. Then I got bored. Months later, I was really craving an RPG. I thought about buying Skyrim Remastered, or the Ultimate Edition, or what do they call it? It's Skyrim Remastered, or The Witcher 3. I wanted that kind of old school RPG. Then I really wanted to play a Final Fantasy game. Then, when I was watching YouTube one day, it recommended to me a playlist of Kingdom Hearts music. And I go, oh, I love Kingdom Hearts music. And by the way, guys, Kingdom Hearts has my favorite music in any video game franchise. It's tied with Legend of Zelda, but I think it's just an incy bit ahead. Halo's in there too somewhere. So I download the ISO for Kingdom Hearts 2 and I put it in the emulator and I see it in all of its PlayStation 2 glory. Then I found out that you can change the way the emulator processes the 3D effects, or 3D models. I turned up the resolution to 1080p, and after a few adjustments here and there, I got the game to run at a smooth 1080p 60 frames per second. Best of all, I didn't have to use a PlayStation 2 controller, I got to use an Xbox 360 controller, which is infinitely better. Kingdom Hearts 1 is everything I want in a video game. It is intuitive, it is fast, it is snappy, it has a large story, it has a lot of replayability, and a lot of variety and a lot of intrigue. And on top of all that, it has a learning curve, and it has a difficulty gap. Here's basically how Kingdom Hearts can work. It can put you in a boss fight that you get your ass kicked in, 6 times, 12 times. I have a boss fight that was kicking my ass 12 times. Then I went and leveled up. I grinded levels. I made sure that I had more health, and I had more strength, and I had more defense. I wanted to raise all of my stats. Because for those of you that don't know, Kingdom Hearts is a mix between a Disney Interactive style adventure game and a Final Fantasy style technical RPG. So getting items that give you more health or more defense or weapons that give you different powers is very common and very interesting, and it really changes up how you play the game. The difference between having 25 and 27 defense is very stark, and you want to level up. The harder the enemies, the more XP you get. So let's go back to basically the way that Kingdom Hearts difficulty goes. You can go into a boss fight, get your ass kicked several times, go grind the game, rank up, level up, get tons of items, get everything ready, go into the boss fight, completely slay the boss, just over level him, and then the next boss fight, or the next thing it tells you to do, can kick your ass again. It's not always the very next thing, but the game doesn't just allow you to blow through it. I'm not even playing on the hardest difficulty. I will probably eventually do a live stream where I play through Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, all the way through on the hardest difficulty. That does sound like a lot of fun if I can manage it. But even on lower difficulty, it can give you some Dark Souls level nonsense, like boss fights that kill you in 2 hits, even though the last boss fight took 12 or 13 to get you down to critical. It's insane. It's so addicting, and the characters are so lovable. A lot of people would call it cringy, and, you're in your own right too, I guess, that's fine, but I grew up with it, so to me it's charming, it's whimsical, it's cute, and it's really fucking fun. And on top of all these Disney characters and Final Fantasy characters, and the bright colors and weapons, you have a very personal story, a very emotional story, and it's got a dark undertone to it, it's kind of morbid. It's funny how there's levels for Winnie the Pooh where yeah, you're basically just doing mini games around Winnie the Pooh, and it's really, really kiddie-like. And then you can go into the Hades Cup and just fucking get your ass kicked over and over again. You feel involved with the characters, you feel close to Donald and Goofy, which make up your party. It's really fun to go through Disney movie worlds like Nightmare Before Christmas or Tarzan. This game is hitting me on a technical level. I want to get better at it. I want to get good at it. I want to master things. I want to level up. I want to grind. I want to be proficient at it so that bosses crumble beneath my feet. It's hitting me on a nostalgia level. It is constantly reminding me of ye old days when I was first getting into gaming. I always talk about my first shooter, but my first big games that I played through was Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap and Kingdom Hearts 2. Way before I ever touched a Medal of Honor. And way before I touched a Call of Duty. Kingdom Hearts is a game that should have never happened. It's really interesting. If you go watch the Do You Think You Know Gaming about Kingdom Hearts, I'm not going to link it or anything. I'm sure you guys know what Do You Know Gaming is. Look up Do You Know Gaming Kingdom Hearts, and you'll find out that this game is done by chance. Kingdom Hearts is, I think I used this word earlier, intuitive. It makes sense. The way you fight is very, very clicky. Doing it well, doing it proficiently, doing it consistently, timing things properly is hard. It's kind of like Call of Duty in a way. Call of Duty is very intuitive. Anybody can pick it up and play it. It makes sense the way you shoot, aim, run, sprint, crouch, prone. All of that makes sense. Doing well at it, doing consistently well, being able to be an asset instead of a detriment to your team, that is hard. And a lot of people that play Call of Duty never really get to that point. And when I was a kid and played the Kingdom Hearts games, I never got to the point that I was getting better at it and I was constantly doing consistently well. That's a little redundant, but I never got to that point, and it's really fun to go back at it when I'm older, and I look back on it, and every time I hear the music, I see certain visuals, I hear certain voices, and I just get nostalgia running up and down my spine. One of the things I hate about what the gaming industry is doing right now is it's constantly trying to capitalize on nostalgia with so many projects, and I feel like if nostalgia is your thing and you're looking for those old feelings, go play through an old game. Download an emulator for a console you used to play as a kid, or download some old PC games, torrent some old stuff. You can relive things in a way that's healthy instead of taking progress down your own nostalgia-ridden path. I'm scared that games will get smaller in size and in scale and variety. I'm worried that they're going to get less complex and just more simple. Obviously, we don't want super messy, overly complex games that have so many mechanics that quality game design goes out the window, but you know what I hope you guys know what I mean. There is a point to progression in the gaming industry, and it'll have to go through changes, yes, scary changes. And if you want to relive old things, go back and play an old game. And this is one of the things with Kingdom Hearts. I booted it up to scratch my RPG itch, to scratch my nostalgia. I ended up getting captivated by it. I have 40 hours into it. I need help. As soon as all my daily responsibilities are done, I boot up the game, and I can't stop playing it. I want to play it right now, but it's like 3 in the morning, and I got to go call my girlfriend after this. Kingdom Hearts holds up, and especially if you play it on an emulator or you play one of the remastered editions where you can turn the graphics turned up, it holds up as a game. It's smooth, it's consistent, it's coherent, it makes sense. And the people that say the story's complicated and the gameplay's for children, I don't get. Either I'm really bad at video games, or Kingdom Hearts is just a fucking hard-ass game. Just, goddamn it. Yeah, you can just blow through the levels, and yeah, you can be a normie that way, but that's not fun. You want to be able to fight hard, and you want to be able to take hits, and you want to, it's so fun. I just goob over talking about it, and I feel bad a little bit. When playing games that are like 15 years old or 10 years old, your critical eye should take a backseat. It's an old game. You're going to relive old memories. But I actually started criticizing the game because I realized this doesn't feel old. This doesn't feel like an old piece of shit game. This feels like it could hold up today. And that's why they've re-released it like 3 times. It holds up. They don't need to make a new one. Although, they do need to make a new one. Come on, Kingdom Hearts 3 needs to fucking get announced already. I want to play it. If it doesn't come out on Xbox One, I will probably be buying a PS4 to play it. Either way, I know this video is a little bit messy, but in summary, I went back to scratch a brief nostalgia itch, and I've become encapsulated in the game, and I'm into it. I remember that I like the characters, the music, the settings, the worlds, the charm, even the cringe. I love it all. It's so fun. So I guess this is more of a personal video and less of a critical one, because I'm basically saying I love this game and I'm addicted to it right now. So it's also good to take a break from shooters. If you're a shooter channel or just a shooter player and you start to feel like things are a little repetitive, mix it up with an entirely different type of game you've never played before. If you have a sort of decent PC, download a PS2 emulator or an N64 emulator or something and play some old games you've never played before, or play some games you don't remember that well. I recommend it, and yeah, so this video, the substance of this video, I guess there isn't really any, but I wanted to talk about it, and it's my channel, so fuck you, I'm gonna do whatever I want. See you guys when I see you. Goodbye!
We'll be right back.